Join me as I dive into some of the biggest mistakes that people make that lead to failures and try to turn them into valuable lessons for success. Let's see if we can actually learn from these mistakes. Turning failures into growth. It's a topic that's really close to my heart because I believe that self-improvement is critical for success. Nobody is born perfect, and we all make mistakes, but it's how we respond to those mistakes that really matters. But the truth is, every failure is an opportunity for growth, and it's up to us to decide whether we're going to learn from our mistakes or let them hold us back. One of the biggest mistakes people make after facing failures is giving up too easily. They let one or two setbacks define their entire journey, and they throw in the towel. This is such a huge mistake because every successful person has experienced failure at some point or another. Thomas Edison, Steve Jobs, J.K. Rowling, all of these people faced massive failures before they achieved success. Another mistake people make is beating themselves up over their failures. They get stuck in this cycle of self-doubt and negativity, and they can't seem to shake it off. This is really damaging because it prevents people from moving forward and trying again. When we fail, we need to be kind to ourselves and remember that it's all part of the learning process. A lot of people also make the mistake of not taking responsibility for their failures. They blame others, they blame their circumstances, or they blame bad luck. But the truth is, when we fail, we need to own up to it and take responsibility for our actions. This is the only way we can learn and move forward. Lastly, people often make the mistake of focusing on their failures instead of their successes. They get so caught up in what went wrong that they forget to celebrate what went right. This is a really negative mindset, and it can hold people back from achieving their goals. One of the most powerful self-improvement tips I've learned is the importance of reframing failure. Instead of seeing failure as a negative thing, we need to see it as an opportunity for growth. This means that every time we fail, we need to ask ourselves what we can learn from the experience and how we can apply it to our lives. Another tip is to focus on progress, not perfection. When we're trying to achieve our goals, we often get caught up in perfectionism, but this can be really damaging. Instead of focusing on being perfect, we need to focus on making progress and celebrating our small wins. Something else that's really helped me is having a growth mindset. This means that I believe my abilities can be developed through hard work and dedication. When we have a growth mindset, we're more likely to take risks and try new things, even if we might fail. Lastly, I've learned the importance of self-reflection. When we fail, we need to take the time to reflect on what went wrong and how we can improve. This means being honest with ourselves and identifying areas where we need to grow. I want to share a powerful story that illustrates the transformation one can achieve by embracing failures and learning from them. A few years ago, Ryan was trying to start his own business, but it was a complete disaster. He had failed to do market research, create a solid business plan, and set realistic goals. Needless to say, his business tanked and he was left feeling defeated and demotivated. But instead of giving up, Ryan took the time to reflect on what had gone wrong. He realized that he had been so focused on his idea that he hadn't taken the time to validate it with potential customers. Ryan hadn't created a minimum viable product and hadn't tested his assumptions. So he started over, and this time he did things differently. He validated his idea, created a solid business plan, and set realistic goals. Fast forward a few months, and his business was thriving. Ryan was making money, he was helping people, and he was feeling fulfilled. It was an incredible feeling, and it was all because he had learned from his mistakes and used them as stepping stones. Looking back on his journey, Ryan realized that failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Every time we fail, we're one step closer to achieving our goals. Every time we fail, we're learning and growing. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What's the biggest mistake you've ever made, and how did you learn from it? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out when I upload new content.